Hello, everybody. Welcome into my channel. My name is Roxanne, and this is Alchemy of Acrimony. Thank you so much for joining me whenever you do, whenever you catch this. Sorry for the slurping, but this is super piping hot. So it's my morning coffee with Jack. As I told you guys, I would try to hop on here in the morning with coffee and I don't know, just quick chat before I have to go to work. Because I do need to go to work, unfortunately. It is going to be a manic Monday, a crazy ass Monday that I'm really not looking forward to. There's all my cards. I actually have everything so unorganized. That's not like me. I have cards everywhere. But yeah, anywho, I had uploaded 2 videos prior. There was like a chat, oracle, tarot. It was like whatever came out and chat. And then the Aquarius read. Yeah. And so I put those 2 up. If you want to watch those, definitely you can view those other 2. And then there's this one, 111 on the clock. 111, that magical number, 111. So yeah, unfortunately, it's back to work time for me. My eyes were so puffy this morning. I couldn't I got sleep. I don't know what happened. I got sleep. I was so tired. I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. It was like one of those mornings, and I don't know if it's cuz it's Monday or what it is. And then yesterday I was feeling really slowed down. Like everything was just extra slow motion for me. I was kind of laggy, a little bit tired. And I don't know. I don't know what was going on with me. I just was not feeling it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is wrong with me. I'm just tired. I feel kind of just, I don't know. Like I really wish that I could take the day off. Oh yeah, t-shirt of the day. That right there is beautiful. I love the artwork. When I seen it, I was like, oh yes, definitely gotta have this. So yeah, it says Valentine. Will you be my Valentine? Yeah. So anywho, I don't know. Just I don't know. It's been a weekend. I'll tell you that much. Saturday was a great day. I had a great time. I see my family. I seen my grandkids, my kids, and I don't know. Saturday night was a shit show. I'll tell you that much. It was like the whole day and was great. It worked out great. We all went to lunch and we sat we sat there for like over an hour just waiting to get served. They were short staffed. And so you know, I know how that could be, when you're trying to do the most you can, where they literally had to get bussers just to serve us. And this one particular busser, I always see him there hustling, and they had him come out and wait on our table. And I've always seen, I think that's his job. He busses and works in the back. And so him having to come out and wait on tables, I was like, okay, this guy he's hustling, he's trying. And so he came out and took care of our party of like 8. I think there was like 8 of us. And so it wasn't like we were a small little crowd. It wasn't 2 or 3 or 4. There was like 7 or 8 of us. And so I tipped him kindly because he was out there doing the thing. And I didn't, there was no need to get mad or upset. Yeah, we waited forever just, because by the time he figured out he needed to get out there and wait tables, because I guess they had told him after a while, like, okay, you're going to have to help the other waitress out there because there's nobody. Maybe they were waiting for somebody to come and they just didn't catch their shift, or I don't know if they don't have enough people, but he jumped right into it, didn't waste no time, took everybody's, what they wanted to drink, what they wanted to order, asked if more people were joining. He did a really good job. And instead of sitting there being all pissed off, because the rest of the restaurant on that side that we were on, everybody looked shit faced. Everybody looked mad that they had to wait. But you know what? There's no point in getting upset, like things happen. And so when you get put in a position where you have to hustle and you have to go outside of your comfort zone and do a different job just to step it up a notch, because, it's what you have to do. And so some people are like not comfortable with doing that, or they choose not to do that. And some people, like him, he stepped up to the plate and was like, okay, I got to do it. And so, instead of being all pissed off, I thought, well, this is good because, we got to, I looked at it in a different way. We got to sit there and talk to each other and, bond over that time while we were waiting. And really, if you think about it, I mean, nobody else really had anywhere else to be that day on Saturday. It was pretty much a day where we had already pre-planned and said, this is what we're going to do. And my son was like, well, I need to be at a birthday party, but that's not till later on in the night. All my friends aren't going to get there till later. So he wasn't in a rush. I wasn't in a rush because I knew once he left, he was going to take my grandson. So I wanted to spend the most amount of time. So it kind of worked out perfect because, it kept everybody there for a longer amount of time. And so, instead of being all pissed off, I took advantage of the time, the extra time that we got to sit around and wait for our food. And instead of being mad about it, I took the opportunity to talk to everybody, ask everybody, how's work? How's this? And then, my kids, they don't get to see each other as often because they all have their own lives and they all work and do their own thing. And so everybody got to just talk and catch up with everybody else. And so I thought that was a beautiful opportunity. There was no reason to get upset. So, because actually what was pretty cool about it is even though I knew this is going to follow down the line all the way back to the cooks, because if it's this packed out here, there's a short amount of waitresses, orders are probably getting backed up. But I thought when we order, probably not going to see our food for a while, but that's okay. Because I no matter what happened through the process, we all had patience. We all get it too, because we're all working people. My kids, we all work. Everybody has jobs. My one of my daughters, actually two of them that were there, they used to be waitresses. So she understands the hustle and she knows what it can feel like and be like to get dumped on by people because they don't want to wait. And it's kind of like, it's kind of sad because, the world went and got itself in a big ass hurry for nothing. It's kind of like nobody has patience anymore, to deal with situations like that. And I seen it, when me and my kids were sitting there, we were looking around the room, looking at people sitting there just pissed off, because they don't have everything now when they want it, fast, fast, fast. But that just gave us, extra opportunity to people watch and just laugh at people. Yeah. So anyway, it was great. It was great. That restaurant I tend to go to. So I know some of the people that, like the bartender that works on the other side, he was real quick about things when I walked in. He was like, oh, would you like me to get you something? So I'm not gonna get mad. That's my spot, and those people, they work hard, any job like that, especially if you're waitering and, busing and working in a restaurant, it could be crazy. My daughter used to tell me all the crazy shit that would happen to her. She would tell me all the unfortunate, the way people act and how pissy faced people can get over minute things and just being assholes in general. The world, is just the world is just yeah, just impatient and grumpy. So it's like shit, so I took advantage of the time though, that we sat there, because I got to take pictures and talk and, just really enjoy the time, because I knew once Saturday's over, everyone's gonna part, and I don't know when I'm gonna get to talk to them or or see them again like that. So it was actually pretty cool. So I got to see my grandson for a little bit longer, all because of that happening, which was a good thing. In my book, it was a good thing. It was great. And then we got to see a couple of birthdays in the restaurant going on. So I think that too is why it was super packed out. There was, pretty big parties going in there, and I think we've seen two birthdays that got celebrated there. So it was pretty cool. Like, I don't know. And I'm a people watcher. I could just sit there and people watch till, all day long. Give me a beer and some chips and salsa, and yeah, I'm good. I could sit there and just like vibe out and take in the atmosphere and just trip out. And that's what I do a lot of the time. I just trip out on people in general. But yeah, I thought it's my Saturday did start off really, really good. It just didn't end on a very good note, but things, it was a little bit wild, but it for the most part, everything was good. I enjoyed my time with my family on Saturday. Yeah, so by the time Sunday hit, which was yesterday, I was just like, I was on a downward slump. I was tired. I was I don't know, just feeling kind of like low energy. And I think too a lot of it had to do with because it was, just my last day to chill and then back to work. And out here where I'm at, the weather doesn't cooperate very much with me when it comes to my job. And so I think that's the big gist too of why I felt a little bit down, because I had a really rough time Friday at work. And then, I was super tired. And then, did my thing on the weekend. And then knowing that I got to walk back into the same bullshit on today, the weather not being so cooperative, it just makes it harder for me as far as what I do, because I'm outdoors a lot. And so, yeah, right now where I'm at in the job that I'm doing, because I move around a lot. So when the weather is uncooperative, I already know shitty time for me at work. And it just makes things a lot harder. So, yeah, it's, I don't know. It's, I don't know. I think I'm just dwelling on it way too much. It's kind of almost like because I just don't have the patience to deal with the shit. That's what it is. My patience is at a beep when it comes to dealing with the work part of stuff. Everything else, I had immense patience on Saturday. That was great. Because that was for a good reason to have patience. Like, yes, extra time with family. Hell yeah, why not, right? It was great. It was a blessing in disguise. And then when it comes to having to have the patience for my job and what I do, and the weather not cooperating, it's just that's just a whole nother. It's like I have to pump myself up. I have to ramp myself up just to be like, yes, okay, let's do this. I know once I get there, though, I don't know if you guys do this, where it's like your mindset changes once you're there, because you're in the middle of the shit and you're like, well, I got to deal with the shit now. I'm here. And so, yeah, I get where, all right, I'm here and we're going to do this. We're going to do the damn thing. And then I start looking at everything after that as like a challenge. Like, okay, sometimes I like to be challenged and sometimes I don't, but it is what it is. Yeah. So, you know what? Let's pull some, I don't know. Let's pull some good stuff here. What do we got with the sacred soul? Oh man, what the world in the world? Okay, well, maybe that was weird. My cards are all Let's just put this away. Let's go to the next deck. That one's all messy. Okay. Wait, let's see. Let's pull from the tarot and let's see what it looks like for you at work. For those of you that work, right? That you have not like for those of you that have to deal with, going out there and hustling, right? Ooh, look at that. So that's the Six of Pentacles, equal give and take. And so we got the High Priestess in reverse. Maybe some of you guys feel like you're not being seen enough. You wish there was more of like an equal give and take at your job. Maybe you feel like you're not being equal. You're not being given the pay that you feel you deserve. You feel like you should be getting more for the shit that you're doing. And you know what? I feel you and I hear you on that one, right? Like, hey, where's my pay at when it comes to, like, I should be getting paid way more because I do way too much shit and I don't get paid enough, right? That's what that tells me right there. Yeah, let's see. What else is happening at work for you guys? How else are you guys feeling when it comes to work? And just let's see what, and this is the best deck to find out because this is like that comical, it's funny. It puts things into like a funny, it says it in a funny way, like sarcasm. Reading old texts like a novelist, sentimentality, cringe, and obsession. I don't know. So maybe I take that for some of you when it comes to work. You guys are having to be on your either you're having to be on your phones a lot because that's how you communicate. You could communicate a lot through email or use a lot of the electronics. And so maybe you're having to go in and look at what first thing I got in my head is maybe not so much, well, it could be old text, but also like you're going in there and seeing all the backed up messages. I'm also seeing on your phone, if you have a phone on your desk at work, you're probably seeing 35 missed calls, 15 new voicemails, and that probably makes you cringe, right? When you go to work in the morning and you look down, you look at your phone and it's blinking. You want to unplug it and throw it out the window. You're like, oh no. Yeah, so there's just like a lot of backed up shit that you need to look at. Even when it comes to emails, you're probably seeing like, oh, damn. I've actually done that because my job, we do communicate through email. And sometimes I don't see that shit. I'm busy. And one time I missed a very, very important one. And I was like, oopsie. But it happens, I'm not, I'm physically moving around and working. And if I don't hear it or I don't catch it or see it, I'm in my zone. And once I'm going, So if I don't catch it, sorry, Yeah. And I'm the type of person too. If I don't have your number, your contact in my phone, forget it. I'm not answering you. I don't answer shit that I don't know. If I don't know your number, it doesn't say your name. Sorry, I'm not going to pick up. Leave a message if it's important. That's happened to me too, where I've missed things at work, people trying to get a hold of me. But I have that. That's my thing. That's my habit. If I don't have your contact and you ain't in my phone, well, then you better send me a text message and be like, hey, this is so-and-so. Because if you're like literally trying to call me, forget about it. I'm not going to pick it up. I don't answer unknown phone calls. I don't, because I don't want to answer it just for people to be like, hi, what, asking me questions about my personal business. Like, bitch, you called me? What the fuck? I ain't answering shit. Why? That already scam, click, block, you're blocked. I don't want to answer shit like that. No, I just don't. Yeah. So, or I'm also seeing this too as when you're at work, are you the type of person that walks around with your cell phone and you're literally just on your phone all day, your phone in one hand and maybe riding your forklift with the other? Totally not safe. Is that what you do? You're like, every chance you get, you're scrolling through your phone, right? You're like, hey, bathroom break, on your phone scrolling to get to the bathroom, and you're all the way on your phone. You get to the bathroom and you're on the toilet doing that. looking at your phone. Get out of the bathroom. Hopefully you wash your hands. Shit. And then you go back out there to get back to work, but you're on your phone all the way out there. Are you one of those that just walks around with your cell phone in your hand all day long, right? Looking at Instagram, TikTok. Or if you're talking to somebody new, you guys are like chit-chatting all day, even though you know you shouldn't be because you could get in trouble at any moment, but you're like, yeah, I can talk. Let's see, what do we got? Shadow work. Oh, this came out in I don't know if it was, I think it was the chat that I had just previously done prior. It came out in the chat, the shadow work. And then we ended up doing a whole shadow work thing. Don't make me pull shadow work cards out. Yeah, that's funny, but that's what's happening. Equal pay, right? Not being noticed for the shit that you do, and you feel like you should be getting paid more. You feel like things are off balance. There's no proper pay for for the amount of shit that you're having to deal with, right? You're not getting paid enough for your job. A lot of us can feel like that, you know. A lot of us. That's actually the problem with you know, the pay in America. You know, there's a lot of people that bust their ass and don't get paid enough, you know, especially by these big companies. It's like you're doing so much work, hard work, and not enough pay. And that's unfortunate, you know, especially too, cost of living is terrible. Everybody knows what the gas prices are right now. $6 a gallon more. It's just, yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. And then when we get stuck with the, you know, pay that, I mean, Jesus, we're not in 1990 anymore. Where's our pay? Yeah. So totally feel you on that one. I get it. Yeah. All right. But you know what? I'm going to get more organized. Maybe I'll pop back on here later on tonight and I'll do the Pisces read because I know that I need to finish it and be done with it. And then I'm thinking possibly, I don't know, don't hold me to it, but I'm thinking possibly of hopping on here and doing like in all signs, like bam, 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 just doing from Aries all the way to Pisces in one sit, right? And then kind of seeing who's coming towards you in your energy, who's wanting to round the block, say hello, maybe new love, old love, who knows? I don't know. But that'd be kind of fun to take a peek at and see what is heading towards you guys. So I don't know. We'll see. But anywho, I gotta go because I gotta go to work. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me whenever you do, and you know, whenever time, space, or place you find this chat. So thank you so much yet again, and I'll try to pop on here tonight. Let's see if I have the energy for that. I don't know. It's kind of iffy, but I'm going to try my hardest, guys. And so thank you so much, all of you guys. I hope you have a great morning, noon, night, evening, whatever and whenever you catch this, because it's going to be different, right? But yeah, thank you very much, and I will talk to you all again. Bye.